Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Lessons with Lindsey Live. It's your girl, Lindsey A from VA. And we are here today with my super special friend. I don't know if y'all saw my post or not, but everyone in the month of March will be a woman that I think is super awesome that I'll be interviewing and bringing to you with these lessons for about life and business. And so today I have with us Miss Agent Jaz. Hey, girl.
Hey,
How
how are
are
you?
you?
Good.
Good.
Yes, thank you for having me.
You
I'm
are so
Agent
welcome.
Jazz.
Yes.
I'm a realtor. I'm in 757. I'm in Virginia though, so if you need some help buying or selling a home, commercial, I'm here for you.
Yes. So let's talk about that. What made you choose real estate?
Honestly, my ex suggested I choose real estate, and I was like, okay, we'll see. Only because of the flexibility and the money, the potential money. So it just worked. I have a 2 year old, and I just need to be able to have my time with her and then be able to cut off when I want.
Right.
I used to work retail for 9 years, and there are no breaks. There is no family time. There's no time. There's no extra time. So I just definitely still wanted to be a boss, but wanted to do it on my time. So
No,
yeah.
I understand that the timing is so important, and especially when you are a mom or you have a whole family and so many people to watch after and take care of you. Being a mom is already a thousand hats in itself. So trying to juggle that and work a job and do everything else, taking care of the house, it can be a lot. So I understand completely the thought process behind, getting into real estate and wanting that flexibility with your time because you have a young child and because you have so many other things going on. So, what was that process like getting your real estate license?
Honestly, the process was pretty easy. The after is what I was like, oh, this is what I gotta do. I wasn't ready. So the process was pretty easy though. You literally just sign up. I took mine online. I took my course through Long and Foster online. It's a 60-hour course to get your license in Virginia. And you take it at your own leisure. I would suggest that you, once you start your course, you take it as quickly as possible so that you retain all the knowledge, because there is a ton of knowledge, ton of vocabulary, and just it's a lot of common sense, but it's a lot of things they can trick you up on. So immediately after your course is finished, you want to go ahead and take your PSI exam so that you can get licensed, submit your fingerprints, and start interviewing brokers.
I love it. What would you say is the most difficult part of being in real estate that you come to face?
Lead generation. Um, and that as a new agent, but even as seasoned agents, I've been seeing are having a difficult time with lead generation. And a lead is basically a client, and a client is basically anyone. Um, I like to say that because you never know what connection is going to bring you another connection. So every single person that you meet, every single person that you talk to is a lead per se, but it's hard to find people that are ready, that are willing to talk to you. We scare people. Real estate agents scare people. There are many reasons why, but we scare people. So it's harder to gain people's trust if they don't know you. And 95% of your clients probably aren't going to know you. Yes, you have a sphere and you have referrals, but those referrals probably don't know you either. They're just going off word of mouth. So, building that trust and building your brand, like really building yourself, is, I think, one of the more difficult things to do if you don't already have a platform.
Right. And that's one thing that caught my attention about you is your brand building, like your content on, especially on Instagram.
Um,
I was like, oh, she's so cool. I love this concept, like your different videos and everything, the concept with the Agent Jazz, kind of like a detective type of thing.
yes.
I love that. And I thought it was so clever and catchy and something kind of different for, a real estate agent. I'm like, you do find the deals, you do the detective work, you do the
You
investigating. So
do.
it
You
worked
crack
really
those
well.
codes that people have no clue about. And I mean, I came up with the little name and logo before I really knew how uneducated we are. We don't know about home buying. We don't know about finances. We don't know about credit. And it's scary. And I'm working with you on one of the biggest transactions of your life, honestly. Like, that's hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's
Yeah,
a scary process. So I'm literally cracking the codes for people who have no clue. And I mean, I'm still new, I'm still learning a lot myself, but it's a lot that we don't know out there. And I think the most important thing I need to do is share my knowledge and be a source and help you. Even if you don't choose me as your realtor, that's fine. I can't service everyone, I can't sell every house, I can't make all the money, but if I can help you and educate you, I'm good. My day is made.
definitely. So let's walk through that. What does a day as Agent Jazz look like?
Oh, it depends. Half of the week I have my kid with me full time. So it's really just me and her. And then during nap times I'll start, getting on the phone, taking calls, doing a little this and that. But typically wake up, get myself together. I'm really trying to be firm on affirmations in the morning and just speaking life into myself. Being an entrepreneur is hard, and real estate is very fickle. So, yes, there is good money, but at the same time, it is difficult to be consistent, especially when you're new. So, I found that I really need to schedule my day. So I wake up, I do my affirmations, I get myself together, and then I go ahead and get online. I hop in the MLS and I'm looking at all the new homes that just hit the market. While I'm doing that, I'm sending those homes to the different clients who are looking for certain things. So I do a search for all my current clients. Then I hop off of that. I go through my KV Core. It's a CRM system. It's really, really cool. I love it, love it, love it. And I go through all my leads up there and I contact people who I need to follow up with. Following up is very important. And that's with any entrepreneurial business. You want to follow up with your clients. You want to make them know you care, that you're there for them, even if you haven't talked to them in a while. So I follow up. And then it honestly just varies. If I have showings, I'll do showings. Open houses, I usually save for the weekends. It's been pretty nasty outside, so I haven't been doing open houses the past 2 weekends. But I might grab one for this weekend because it's going to be pretty nice.
Right.
Um, and it's open houses are another way of lead generation. No, I might not get a seller for that home that day, but now my name is out there. The neighborhood knows me. Whoever came to the open house knows me, and that might not have been the house for them, but now I can find them the house that they're looking for. So just got to be creative out here.
Listen, that is definitely it, especially right now in the whole pandemic. You have to be creative. You have to find new and inventive ways to reach these clients and to reach these potential buyers because
Yeah.
it's crazy right now. It's so hard. So, how do you feel like your experience in retail helped you to transition into your journey into entrepreneurship?
Ooh, it really, really, really did its job. As a store manager, you just cut all the extraness out. You really get a fine line for discernment and knowing what to prioritize, when to prioritize it, how to speak to people. As a store manager, I worked at Victoria's Secret. I was a store manager last there, and I worked at honestly the smallest store in my district. and it was in Norfolk. It was in Military Circle Mall. And if you know anything about that area, if you know anything about Military Circle Mall, it's a dying mall. It's dead now, but it was dying then. But I still had some of the best numbers. I still had the best credit almost in the country, and I had a good staff. And that was because I learned clientele importance. And I've known that throughout my years in retail, but at Military Circle, I really had to make my customers feel special because they were all I had, you know. Sorry, I'm trying to work this camera, but they were all I had. So I just, it was, it was important to me to make my customers feel value. So in real estate, I just make my customers feel value. And I love watching training videos or reading books. And I'm like, oh, they think just like me. We're right in alignment. You know, it just makes me feel so much better, especially when I'm having those tough days, when I feel like I'm not doing enough, when I'm feeling unfruitful, when I feel like I've knocked on every door and I've handed out every door hanger, you know, when I'm totally exhausted, those things make me feel better. Just knowing that the values that I learned in retail transferred over to real estate. It's just business, honestly, and making the systems that didn't work for you or you didn't like before work for you in your own business.
And I think that's so important. And I asked that question for a specific reason. I know a lot of people, a lot of times, will be in their 9 to 5 job. They'll be working retail or customer service or call centers or whatever the case may be. And they'll get frustrated because they know that they don't really want to do that. They don't really want to be there. But get the skills, get the skill sets, get the wherewithal, learn how to deal with those difficult clients, learn how to prioritize this client over that client because this client is buying, this client's not going to buy. Learn how to identify, facial structures like, oh, that person's not even interested because they folded their arms here or this, that, and the third. Working in customer service, working at 9 to 5, whatever it is that you do will always give you experience that you can translate into something else. It doesn't have to be, oh, well, I'm just working this job and I hate it. It's like, no, what are you learning? Like,
Yes.
what do you have?
Yes. And I feel like if you work in a job, work it. Like, this is what you got. Honestly, like, I just stopped delivering for Instacart and DoorDash because if I'm not making any sales, I'm not making any money. So I literally had to be showing houses. In between that, I'm going to deliver. After that, I'm writing up offer, like really hustling out here. And it doesn't matter what you do it because you got to do it and know that your fruitfulness is coming. Um, it's tough. It's hard,
Yeah.
especially when you're just starting something out. Be it real estate, be it your own business, be it a new job. It's hard. And no, it's probably not what you want to do at first. I definitely don't want to be knocking on people's doors. The way I set up my brand, I eventually want people coming to knock on my door,
Right.
coming to me. But until I get to that point, I know I have to do some hard work. Um, so I swear I be telling people trust the process, but girl, when you in the process, it's like, whew,
Do I gotta trust this? This don't feel good. Listen, I understand. And I was gonna ask you about that too. You talked about those days when you don't feel motivated, you're not having any sales, you're not getting any responses from the cold calls and things of that nature. And I know you said you realize that people are out there with the same mindset as you, and that helps you to kind of push through. But what else do you do? What else helps you keep going even during those rough spots?
um honestly, I never was the type of person, but like podcasts, motivational speeches, whatever, like even some accountability partners. I've partnered up with a few different realtors in my firm, and we just hold each other accountable. We try to meet up. We try to get into the office. We can work from home for sure, but it's different when you go in the office and
Yeah.
you get that feel like you're really doing something. You at home you could just kind of chill. Oh, I'll do that later. Let me watch this show and make these calls. So So it's different when you get in the office and you're around other like-minded people, but also people who are kind of going through the same thing you're going through. Like, it kind
Mhm.
of makes you feel less crazy, less stress, and you kind of pick each other up at that point. So it feels good to just have some teammates around me that hold the same values, and literally we will call each other, hey girl, holding you accountable today, how's your day going? And it's like, dang, I'm so glad you called, because I was having a rough run. And it does get rough. So just having those people around you, but also, even if you don't have nobody, bump them. The internet is here for you.
Yeah,
Get
listen.
on a podcast, listen to something motivational, look at something motivational. It might seem corny, but after a little while, it's like, I did need to hear that.
Yeah,
Get out your head, get back to the grind.
listen. That is so important. I know you get in entrepreneurship, and honestly in life, in any
In
job,
life.
it's easy to get knocked down. And it's Women's History Month, so I'm gonna take a minute to talk about, us as women. It's so easy to get discouraged, to get sidetracked, to get down on yourself. If you're somebody's mama's, like, am I being a good mom?
Am I doing enough?
Am I doing
Did she have
enough?
too much iPad time today?
Right. You're questioning so many things. You go through so many thoughts, and it's like on top of you being an entrepreneur. So it's like you have two babies. It's like, this is my physical child. This is the thing that I gave life to. But this is also something that I gave life to. I brought this in. This is from me. So it's always that constant, that balancing act. And it's so important to affirm yourself and to have that tribe, to have those like-minded people. I have all kind of mentors and mom friends and
Hello. You
entrepreneurs.
cannot have enough.
You
cannot
can't,
have
because
enough.
it's so different and it resonates different when you talk to people who are like-minded, who are going through it. And even if they're not doing the same thing as you and they're doing something completely different, but just being on that same journey. Like, you can be walking two different paths and be on the same journey, and just like, hey, are you okay over there? Like, yeah, I'm good. You all right over there? It's like, yeah, I'm okay. So I definitely understand, and I'm so can't talk. So glad that you found outlets and found ways to keep going, because that is so important with being an entrepreneur, being your own boss, being in charge of your schedule in your life. You have to be accountable. You have to be motivated. And even when you don't feel like it, you have to find it from somewhere, because there's going to be a whole lot of times when it's like, today, do I have to today?
Literally some stretches of days where it's like, okay, you cannot hide in the closet no more.
Right.
Come on. It's hard, and you have to be intentional. You have to be intentional. You have to not only be intentional, but one thing that I've learned is you have to have SMART goals, specific, measurable, actionable, like measurable for sure. Like,
Yes.
oh yeah, I'm gonna post more on my social media. Okay,
Listen.
let's make that measurable. How many times a week are you going to post on your social
Right.
media? What days are you going to post on your social media? What content are you going to post on your social media? Break it down and make it a SMART goal. Make it specific so that you can't get out of it. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to hold yourself accountable in those ways. Many of the mentors I watch, the main thing, their thing is, like you said, schedule. What's your day look like? And that's what I'm looking for, out of a lot of people. What's your day look like in real estate? What's your day look like in real estate? Because we're all different. Like, we all doing different things. Some people don't do open houses at all. It's not for them. Some people don't cold call at all. It's not for them. So everybody's day looks different. And especially when you're new to anything, try out different things. You just never know what will work for you.
Listen, that's a whole word, because I actually wrote that down yesterday. I don't know what I was listening to. I do the same thing. I listen to these different motivational messages and speeches and things, and the guy was just going through. He was like, if you want to be successful, you have to do bop 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 every day. That's what it is. And I was like, oh, but wait, because the guy before you said to do all these things to be successful. And it kind of dawned on me, like, if you ask 100 different people how to be successful, you're going to get 100 different answers. Because how they define success and how they attain success is always going to be different than the next person. My definition of success might not be your definition of success, but it doesn't mean that either of us are less successful than the other. You know what I'm saying? And with real estate, like with you being new, I love that you acknowledge that you're new, but acknowledge that you're still out here. You still hustling. You're still
out here. I'm still knowledgeable. Okay.
Because a lot of people.
It's okay. It's okay, because what's gonna happen when someone asks? I'm a lie. they can look you up. Like, like it's nothing for somebody to type your name in, pull up your license number. It's nothing. So there's no point in lying. But in life, there's no point in lying. Like, for what? It's
Right.
okay to be wherever you are in life. It's okay. I've really been learning that. I think I learn that more and more every day. But it's okay to be wherever you are in life because everybody else is wherever they are in life.
Exactly.
Um,
You're
one,
exactly where you're supposed to be.
you're exactly where you're supposed to be. And one thing I was thinking of today that really got me is and I've talked about it before, but goals. Like, I don't congratulate myself. I will not celebrate myself. Why? I know why now. I've been really reflective. It's because I'm always looking for the next goal.
Hmm.
Like, okay, I did that. All right, but how are you gonna be better? Okay,
Right.
you did that. What are you gonna do next? Like, I feel like for me it's like never good enough. But I think as women we have to stop and congratulate ourselves. Like, it's okay and
Yes.
it's granted and it's warranted and we deserve it. Um, Even if we're trying to do more, great, do more. But you did good here too. So
Right. Listen, I've had that
that's my
conversation so many times, and for me, I've gotten to the point now where I talk to myself like out loud. At the end of the day, I take like 15, 20 minutes, and it's just my time. And I'm like, okay, girl, so how do we do today? What do we do today? I'm like, you know what? You did not raise your voice at the little person not one time. You didn't fuss not one time. Go you, because you know how she gets and you know how she is. But it's just celebrating the fact that this small thing was a win.
yeah.
It was a win for me. It was something that I hadn't done before, something that I had been working towards. And I realized when we do that as people, when we acknowledge our small wins, when we celebrate our small wins, it makes the journey so much more pleasurable. It makes it so much more worthwhile. So then it's like when you have those down moments or you have those moments where you're not feeling quite like yourself, it's like, you know what, but it's okay because Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I was winning all
Right.
those
Guess what
days.
I
I
did?
deserve this break on this Good Friday. I deserve this time for me on this day or whatever. Like if you take a break, if you take time for yourself, you don't feel so guilty. I had that for a long time. Like, oh, why are you sitting down? You lazy? Why are you being lazy? Like, no, honey, you just did a whole bunch of things in a very short amount of time. You need to rest. You need to break. Accept
Hello.
it.
It's really hard to get to that point though. What I've been seeing a lot though is like, don't let your job, take over your life, blah blah blah. But I also feel like, okay, so people be on social media just like taking stuff and running with it. So don't let your job take over your life. But then it's like that's an excuse for them to be lazy. No, it means don't let your job take over your life. Like, it's okay to have downtime, but don't get lazy. Like, still
Right.
go get up and go after it. I feel like people take things so absolute sometimes, and it's like, yes, but no. Um,
Right.
One of the guys, he's in real estate, Ricky Caruth. He said you should vacation every day. Every day you should have some vacation time. Like, literally, just go vacation mode every day for some time. You deserve it. Life is gonna keep coming the next day. Like, if you don't finish
Right.
something or something, it's okay. It's okay. And I needed to hear that too. Like, it's okay. It's
It
okay.
is. It really is. Breaks, vacations, time to yourself, all those things are so necessary. And especially when you are your own boss because you wear so many hats. And if you burn yourself out and you keep trying to go after you've burned yourself out, you're going to dwindle down to nothing. And then your business ain't nothing, your life ain't nothing, you ain't nothing because you've exhausted yourself. You've exhausted all your resources. And it's like, okay, so where do you go from there? It's like if you take the breaks, you take the time for yourself. It's like, okay, I can keep going a little bit more. Because when you're weak and you get knocked down, it's that much harder to
To
get
get
back
back
up.
up. It sure
As
is.
opposed to when you got a little weight on you, you got a little stuff about yourself. It's like, okay, yeah, you got me a little bit, but we still
We
here. We
good. We
still moving.
good.
Right. Did you excuse me? you know? But so I understand completely. What do you feel like will be your defining moment as a realtor? Like, what do you define as success as a realtor?
I don't feel like real estate is my end game
Okay.
by any means, but for success, I don't know. Like this year, I'm trying to make $100,000 in real estate. It's my first year. I don't care. That's my goal. Like I don't care. That's my goal. I will tell like other real estate agents this, and they'll be like, "Okay," or they're like, "We doing the Diddy stare off," and they like, and I'm like, and they're like, and I'm like 100,000. So it's like, um, that's one of my goals for sure. For this year, and I mean it's attainable. I've talked to other mentors and they're like, okay, this is how we goal this out. This is how we're going to get to here. So you just got to talk to the right people, honestly,
Yeah.
and get the right people who, again, have your right mindset. Because if I just told those people, and again, I know people like to move in silence, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's cute. Cool, whatever. Do what you got to do, protect your peace. But for the people who I did tell, I'm trying to make 100,000, if I just went off of their reactions, I might have got discouraged, but
Mhm.
that means nothing. After talking to some more people, I'm like, is 100,000 even enough? Like, so
Right. It's about who you talk to, and that's how you know. That's how you can identify who's for you and who's not. Who should be in your tribe, or those people that you hold, as your accountability partners and or mentors or whatever. When you tell people like your goals, they look at you like you got six heads and you don't know which way is up. Like, okay, you know what? Whatever you're doing, whatever works for you is great. But I'm gonna go with you here with the
watch
people
me work. Right.
right. And with the people who understand my vision, who understand what I'm going for, and who can support me and help me reach my goals. We
Right.
always want to be around our friends, our dear ones, and everything. And it's like sometimes they are not the one. They can't
Yes.
go with it. Sometimes they don't understand. They're like, you're gonna quit your job. You're gonna do what? You're gonna do what? It's like, how are you gonna do that? You've always been this person. It's like, no, we're growing over here. We are evolving over here. We're trying to do different things over here. So we're gonna be about different action, and we might have to be about different people to get the results that we want to. So I'm so glad that you're able to identify the people who are for you and the people who can support your goals as opposed to the people who are, skeptical and bystanders and really
Right.
their opinions don't carry that much weight in the first place.
And they can be skeptical because honestly, my goals aren't like you said, everybody else's goals. Some realtors don't want to make a whole bunch of money. They just want to live. That's fine. And I think we have to remember that in real life too. Like, I think what really started to piss me off was the essential workers thing. We're all really essential in whatever we do.
Mm-hmm.
But if they were essential enough that they're termed essential workers now, they were essential before. And they should be treated with respect. And I feel like people don't often treat, I don't know, grocery store workers or the people at CVS or wherever, like they chose to work there. They're okay with working there. Respect them, like respect where they
Right.
are. And I feel like for the people who work there who might not want to work there, it's okay. Be okay with where you are and know that if you have different goals, go after them. Just because you work at wherever place doesn't mean that you're going to be stuck at wherever place. Like,
Listen, your job is not the definition of who you are. It has
exactly.
nothing to do with, anything about you as a person. It's a job. It's a means to an end. It's income. That's all it is. You show up, do your job, and get your money and go. Like, you don't have to hold it. I know so many people who left a job to go into entrepreneurship. Money is not quite right, so then they pick up another job. There's nothing wrong with that. Make the money that you need to make to sustain your life until you're making the money that you want to make to live the life that you always
It's
dreamed.
okay.
It's okay. You
It's
said it.
okay.
You're a realtor, but sometimes you got to do that Instacart real quick. Sometimes you got to do that DoorDash real quick. That's money. That's income. To pay
Whatever
your
I have to do,
right. And it's not your whole day. It's not your whole life. It doesn't
it's
define
not.
you. you are still a real estate agent. Just like if you were any other kind of entrepreneur and you got another job, you would still be that entrepreneur. I tell people all the time, I'm a full-time entrepreneur, but I'm also a full-time employee until my money that I make in entrepreneurship sustains me. And I can get the insurance and I can get the benefits and I can get all that stuff out of my pocket and not be hurting. Until I get to that point, I'll have a job and I'll do my job because that's what I have to do.
Right. And that's just what it is.
That's just what it is.
Yeah, I feel like we definitely, just as a people, as a human race, we have to just be more comfortable with where we are, but don't get comfortable to the point where you get complacent.
Yeah. Definitely.
I think it's that discernment. Like, yeah, don't let your job take over you. Take off, have breaks, but don't get lazy. If you want something, go after it. And I feel like I try to use every hour of the day, because my grandma used to say, "You young, you can do it. You young, you can do it."
That's what they say. Listen.
Girl, I'd be coming home complaining, working 60-hour weeks at Victoria's Secret. She'd be like, "Yeah, all right, you young." But now it's like, you're right. You're so right, because what else do you have to do?
Right. You know, if you're not living your life for you, then what else are you going to do? What else are you doing? You can be out here and do all the things, but if you're not fulfilled about it, if you don't feel like you're living your best life, then it's not. So you said that you don't feel like real estate is your end game. What do you see as your end game? What is the dream? What's the overall goal for your life? What's that look like?
No clue, man. I have no clue. I'm really trying to change the world, though. Like, I want to just influence so many people. I just don't know how I'm going to do that yet. I feel like I need the money that I want to make in real estate to really put down just the roots for the things that I want to do. I want to start like recycling programs in apartment complexes. I don't know why they don't exist, but I've rented for 10 years almost, and why don't we recycle? And I feel like a lot of people don't trust recycling to be what it is, and I kind of don't think the government's doing what they're supposed to do. So how do I get to those levels to influence those people? How do I help the community? Honestly, I'm finding out, I knew a lot of people didn't know about finances, but I mean, just being in it, trying to reach these leads and different people, and really finding out that they don't know and they feel stuck, and they're going to keep renting, and they're going to keep these generational curses going instead of building generational wealth like they want to. They want to, but how can I be a catalyst to help them? So I just want to change the world in whatever kind of way, any kind of way. But yeah.
So you know what? I love that. I love that you don't know. Like, I love that you don't have an exact answer to the question. And the reason I love that is because so many people feel like they have to have all these things figured out by these certain times. Like, I'm X amount of years old. I got to know what I'm doing with the next 5-10 years of my life. And that's not always the case. I say now, like, until I know for sure what I'm doing next, I'm just going to keep being good at what I'm doing now. Like, I keep
in the moment.
Right. I'm not going to try to fix it, flip it, change it, or do any more to it than what it is, because clearly this is where I'm supposed to be for now. And when the next opportunity presents itself, I know what's coming. I know what's out there. And I'll be ready for it because I know, But you don't have to know everything that you're doing right now. You're
not going to know.
You don't. You're not.
How the universe works. And even if you thought you knew, the universe is going to come back and be like, oh.
Hello.
Actually, we're going to go this way.
Right. You think it was going to be a left, because actually it's a right. So listen, I understand that completely, but not knowing and being ready for whatever is going to take you to that next level.
So much farther. Like, it'll open so many other doors.
Listen, because you're adaptable. You can change. Like, you know what? I wanted it to go this way, but it didn't. But over here is not bad either. Actually, this might be better. You know, we can miss opportunities and chances and exposure thinking that it has to be this way because this is the plan that we've made up, as opposed to saying, you know what? No, I don't know. I don't know. But this looks like a good place to go, so I'm gonna go over here.
This is like a good start.
This looks like a good place to be. So I appreciate, your honesty and your transparency about that, because we all know that we are made for something more. We all know we
Oh,
have a
for sure.
purpose. But sometimes it takes us a little bit longer to tap into what that is, what it looks like. I want to change the world. How? I don't know yet. I don't know yet. I see some things that I'm not okay with, and so I want to, take some steps to the things that I have a problem with. But who knows what that's gonna do?
What that's gonna lead to.
Right.
And honestly, things change. Like life changes. Pandemic. Did you think in 2019 y'all was gonna be dealing with this? Like, no.
Did you think in
You
January
never know.
that we were going to be dealing with a pandemic? I remember sitting there like, oh, poor China. Like, that's
Yeah.
crazy that they're going through all that. You would never have thought that it would have been.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Damn.
Like, what? Like, it's here now?
They
Now
got
they
that.
go to work. Like, it happened so, and you would have never.
You could have never thought
seen
it. Like, but life changes, and the quicker we realize that as people, the better off you are. And I think that for relationships, for your job, for your life, for your kids, for everything, life changes. For the traffic, life changes. Okay, like,
right.
you might have had a plan, but life changes. You just can't get upset. And I don't know when I realized that back in college, but I'm so glad I realized that, because life hasn't been easier per se, but it's been easier to go through the days.
Right.
And just know that every hour, every minute is going to be different, even if there's a routine, things change.
Yeah, life changes. That's a whole word in itself. If you see that on a post, I'll quote you. But yeah, that's a whole word. Life changes. It does, and you can't let it set you back. You can't let it put you in a place of, well, dang, nothing happened the way that I thought it was gonna happen, so it must not be meant to work. It's like, no, that's not it. That's just the way you wanted it to happen. It's not gonna happen that way. It's gonna happen the way it's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
That might not look like what you planned out. You might want to. You said you wanted to make $100,000 this year, but you might make $120,000 because that last sale that you got on December 30th put you right where you needed to be.
Okay, you was at 95 and they got you to 120. You know what I'm saying?
Real quick. Okay.
You never know. You just never know. So yeah, but you cannot get stuck. I think it's on my Twitter or something. You can have a pity party, but you cannot stay there. It's okay to be sad about it. It's okay to feel those feelings.
Yes.
Feel them. Let it go.
Right. Listen. Get your goodie bag and bounce. Okay. Don't stay in the pity party. It's real.
Take that experience. Keep it with you, because you learn something.
Yes.
That's another thing. Like you said, you learn from every single thing. And if you don't in that moment, maybe in a few months, maybe in a few years, a decade, you take some time and be reflective and, okay, this is why this happened.
Right.
I tell my clients all the time, every day almost, I'm telling somebody, everything happens for a reason.
Everything
happens for a reason. Don't even get upset, because you know what? Everything happens for a reason. Can't even be mad.
At all.
Can't even be mad.
It does, and it's just the way it is. That's just life. Everything has a specific reason. I tell people all the time, like, you don't fail. You try things that didn't work, but you gain experience, you gain knowledge, you gain resources, you gain a connection. You
gain something.
As long as you tried, you win, because you take away something.
And then you can educate somebody else.
Right.
Hey, that'll work for you.
Don't do that. Exactly. Right. Don't do that. I did that, and this is what happened. Now, if you're gonna do it like this.
You should do it like this. Right.
This is what I know will work. I did what you did. Don't do it. And sometimes that's just it. Sometimes you go through things to prevent the next person from going through those same things. Then you got a mentee out here. Then or you have a client. You might have your first client, because now you a whole consultant in these streets.
Exactly.
How did that happen? So never ever let it take you down. Never let something not working deter you or make it seem like, well, then maybe this isn't what I'm supposed to be doing, because that is never the case. You were supposed to learn a lesson here to apply it to the bigger picture, or to apply it to the next person, and keep on going, because you don't even know who that person might be. You might help a person that's down and out, and you get them on the up and up. They're like, you know what, I remember Agent Jaz helped me, now I'm about to bless her pockets, now I'm about to be out here with her, or whatever the case is. So you never know why the things happen, but as long as you trust the process, you keep moving with the punches, and you don't forget why you're doing what you're doing.
Do not forget why, because them punches hurt. Okay,
they hurt. You know,
yesterday, literally, let's keep it 100. Yesterday, I was literally in my feelings, like texting my friend, like, do I need to quit real estate? Cause I'm tired. Like, I'm tired. And Lindsey wants me to hop on a podcast tomorrow, and I'm about to be like, don't do it, y'all. Like, don't do it, y'all. Don't do
not
it.
even worth it. It's not even worth it.
I'm tired. Don't do it. 10 out of 10, do not recommend. Like, and my friend was like, do you want to do this? Is this something that you want to do? Why do you feel like you're failing? Why don't you feel fruitful right? Why? Now, how are we going to change that?
Mm-hmm.
And I just had to get up out my phone. Just get up out my phone.
Yeah.
And press on.
You have them sometimes. It's life. It's natural.
It's life. It's going to be hard, but
you're going to have those moments where you forget who you are and why you're doing the things that you do. But as long as you don't let those moments define you
and take over,
yes, take over and stop you, that's the key. The moments are gonna come. The weapons are gonna form, but they're not gonna prosper. It might feel like for a second. It might feel like they prospering a little bit. It's like, are they? Did they win? Or are you still here?
Because this happened, then this happened, then this happened.
Right.
So are they? You said you're not prospering.
Did you see the house? Because then it's not prospering. You just seeing it, so you scared because you seeing it, but it's not even doing anything.
Did you see my client just transferred? Because I literally shot for a client for 2 months. Got transferred.
Wow.
Got transferred.
Wow.
You know, but that's life. And I was like, you know what? It happened for a reason. Right. I don't know yet. I don't know the reason. Oh Lord, I do not know the reason yet. But
you know that there's a reason.
It's gonna come clear, and it's okay. It's okay.
I love it.
Life happens.
I love your energy. I love your outlook.
Thank you.
I love you took a chance to try something different, and you out here working through it. Why not? Right?
Why not?
And you working through it, and you're tackling it, and it's because you're in that millennial age range. You know, we out here, we hold adults down, and it's so weird sometimes because like you don't feel.
I got a whole kid.
We are adults, right? And it's like what? But right, you had a mini person. Like you want to buy a house, you want to have the family. It's like we were just on campus. We were just on Granby. We was in the clubs. Like we're on now. But what I feel like you've done, especially with your content and everything, is like you reach us as millennials. You know,
that's Lord, girl. Thank you. That's my target audience,
and I can tell, and that's what I love. I can tell who your target audience is based on your content. And that was
my target audience.
The thing about you. I was like, you know who you're targeting, you know who you're looking for, and you're putting out materials and content for your ideal client. And I was like, you better, if you don't do nothing else, you do that, ma'am.
Thank you. I need that. Welcome. I just restarted my Instagram page. So I'm at 800 followers. I'm literally trying to get my followers up, but I'm literally seeing how different it is. One, when you have a more organic following, like with those 800 followers, I literally can go through my list and I basically know everybody, you know, and I feel like they kind of know me, or we've had conversation. That makes me feel better than the 2,000 followers I might have had before that just really didn't pay attention.
Right.
So that's my target audience, because I feel like if I didn't know half of this stuff, I know my peers don't. but I know that they want to make money moves, and I know that they are capable, and I know, I mean, my friends are doing some great things. So if I can push that knowledge out and they can reshare that knowledge and we can just be knowledgeable millennials, why not?
Yes,
Why
and I
not?
love it. I'm completely here for it. Tell the folks how they can get in contact with you.
Go to agentjaz.com, of course, or you can call me 757-654-5259. Um, or you can email me. You can call me, email me, text me, hop on my website. You can see some cool listings. You can also get valuations for the home that you're currently living in. I have blogs up there if you want to become an agent. I have some blogs and tips and tricks, and I just posted questions that you should ask brokers when you're interviewing them. A lot of people don't know that you interview the broker.
Mm.
After you get your license, you go ahead and you interview them, and you find out where you want to work, where you want to hang your license. So you need to know what questions to ask them so that you're going into the right home. So yeah, hit me up, agentjaz.com, or call me. Either way.
I love it. And I love the information that you're putting out there. I love that you're trying to put other people on. It's not like I'm just going to keep all this stuff to myself.
Bro,
Share the wealth,
what's
share
the
the
point?
knowledge.
What's the point? I can't make all the money. I can't do all the work, and I don't want
Listen,
to. I don't
right,
even want to. I can't do it
right.
all. I can't do it all.
I
So
love it. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see what you do, how your
me too,
clientele
girl.
this.
Me too.
Yes, how this business grows for you, what you
It's
do
gonna be
after the
beautiful.
fact.
It's
You
gonna be
so you
so
do
beautiful.
residential and commercial, correct?
I want to step into commercials. So I'm working with one of my more experienced partners. So you're not getting some newbie out in the streets. I'm working with an experienced partner on my team that does commercial. He's in construction. So if you're interested in that, for sure hit me up. Like I said, if you want to be an agent, hit me up. I know. And if you want to buy or sell your home, I'm here. I'll work with you.
I'm
If even if you're not ready yet, I'm here. We can work it out. We can make a plan. It's okay to have a plan too. Like, I think it makes you feel better.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I know it makes me feel better. If I don't have a plan, I don't feel right at all. I feel scatterbrained and
Yes.
discombobulated. And which way is up and what should I do?
Right. It makes my clients feel better because, again, like I said, I say it a million times. A lot of people don't know about the home buying process. It's not like we buying homes, like we go to get gas. So people don't know the steps. So if I can make a plan and help guide them and educate them, why not?
Right.
It'll make everybody's process a bit easier, and ease your mind. It's stressful. That's a big transaction. It's stressful.
Yeah,
So if I can help in any way, I'm here.
I'm here for it. I love it so much. I appreciate you taking the time out this
I
evening.
appreciate you. I was like, I don't know where I was when I got your initial invite, but I was like, me?
I told you, I don't always come in and like and share. I'm getting better at that because I know algorithms, especially on Instagram, are all jacked up.
I'm
But
trying. I'm
I'm
trying.
trying to get better at it. But I've been watching you and I see your content, and I was loving your content because, like I said, I knew exactly who you were trying to target. And I feel like that's so important in business, period. Knowing who your client is and doing everything for that client. I would buy a house from you because I'm just like, she gonna understand. She knows we walk the same walk, we talk the same talk. Like she gets it, but that's from me not even knowing you. That's totally off being on your socials. So it's like
Yeah.
you are putting in the work with your brand to reach the people that you're trying to reach. So if no one has ever told you, I'm here to tell you, I love your content, and I'm
Well, I
completely
thank
here for
you.
it.
I thank you for that compliment. It's such a compliment because it's work, girl. It's work.
Listen,
Okay.
listen.
I'm learning a lot. I'm trying to take tips from all my friends who do it way better, and I just hope I'm being, good at what I'm trying to accomplish. So I thank you. That's truly a compliment.
Yes, ma'am. You all make sure that you tune in. You can like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, Lindsey A at VA of VA. I can't talk. today. Clearly, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and the Twitter, Lindsey A, all those good things. Make sure you follow my girl, Agent Jaz, agentjaz.com, Agent Jaz on the Insta, on Twitter. Yes.
Twitter.
All right. And make sure that you get those homes if you're ready to buy. Make sure that you're following your purpose. Life happens, things happen. You are where you are supposed to be. It is okay, and it will get better as you continue pressing forward. Y'all make sure that you come next week and tune in live to see who I have as my special guest as we continue into Women's History Month. Jaz, thank you so much for chatting it up with me this evening. I hope you had a great time because I did.
I did. Thank you for having me. Thank you for accepting me in my car.
Yes, of course. Listen, life, like you said, life happens. Sometimes
life happens, okay?
Hop on an interview in the car, and you did awesome. So
I'm riding with Agent Jaz.
Yeah, riding with Agent Jaz. That's gonna be your show. Watch. Here we go.
Literally.
Everyone, thanks so much for tuning in. Y'all have a great day.